going to come together. But just trust. It will. Like they say, trust the process. The process will come together. Now, when I'm talking about the team, there are two players that we have to discuss, that we have to talk about. And the first one I want to get to is Jahlil Okafor. I am a fan of Jahlil Okafor. I am a little confused right now as to why he's not in the rotation because the start of the season, the first couple games, Brett had Dario Saric playing the 5, which took away from his offense on the other end. Hence, his confidence was starting to drift. So they inputted him into the starting lineup, and his confidence has got a jump. It's got a boost. But Dario is a scorer for you, so you can't have him playing the 5 because he's not a 5 on defense. And Rashawn Holmes is back, but during that time, I just feel like it was the coach's job to find minutes to play Okafor for him to lose those minutes. Not just say he's not in the rotation. He's 6'11". He worked on his body. Apparently he worked on his craft a little bit on the offensive end, but we know what he can give us on the offensive end. And like I said, I am a fan of Okafor, but let me break this down for you people. A lot of people are stuck on the defense thing. A lot of people have been kind of talking about that and honing in on that and almost claiming that Okafor is not an NBA player. Here's the thing, and this is my take on it, and like I said, I'm not bashing the gentleman. I like Okafor, but I'm a realist and I pay attention to a lot of things. So one of the things I want to mention, and the main thing I want to mention about Okafor is people talk about his defense. That was there all along, okay? In college, remember, you can play zone, okay? He went to Duke, top flight school, big time basketball school. So there were other top flight high school recruits there with him when he went to Duke, when he won the national championship in Duke. So the coach did what he was supposed to do at that time. He had other athletes around him to help his deficiencies on defense. So it was already there. Now again, it's a little bit more difficult in the NBA to immediately adjust. But again, I think it's the coach's job to figure that out, figure out a way to get him on the court and let him put himself back on the bench. Like Charles Barkley always says, and I love Charles Barkley for this, every man, on that basketball team from 1 to 15 is there for a reason. It may not be the greatest reason, but they are there for a reason. So I think that the Sixers are doing Jahlil Okafor a disservice by just having him sit on the bench. He recently asked for a trade or a buyout, and I think it's a little stubborn that the Sixers won't buy him out because they feel like they don't want to give him away for nothing. But the way the market is, and this is resembling the Nerlens Noel trade, you waited so long, you were a little bit too demanding in your wish list and what you wanted in return. So now you're kind of stuck in a situation where you're not going to get a lot for him. One of the rumors, and it's been a rumor since last summer, that the Boston Celtics have interest, heavy interest in Okafor, but apparently the Sixers want too much as far as what Boston feels. They don't want to give up a second round or first round draft pick for him. And I understand that because the guy hasn't played. So another team looking into that situation, your mind and your thought process can go many different ways. You don't know if he's hurt. You really don't know the true issue, why he's not playing. And you have to figure that out. But with that being said, you're not going to say, all right, well, we'll take him off your hands. We're just going to give you a first round or a second round draft pick. And then he comes to us, and again, he can't play for us. So I think the Sixers need to lessen their wish list, tone it down some, and do this man some service. Let him be able to move on with his career, or let him go somewhere and try to revive his career, if you will, because the way that they're looking now, it's looking like he's going to end up here, and they didn't pick up his option. So worst case scenario, he'll be here the entire season, and then he'll walk away for nothing as a free agent. So I think the Sixers need to do him a better service and buy him out, or like I said, be more humble in their wish list with what they're asking teams back for in exchange for Mr. Okafor. And I have all this stuff posted. Like I said, you know where to get my thoughts and my concerns, my issues. Friends who like Heat 100, SportsRap on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SportsRap_D. I am going to take a short break. When I come back, I'm going to continue with my Sixers talk. We're going to talk about the #1 draft pick this year, Mr. Markelle Fultz, his shoulder injury, what it's doing to him, what it's doing to the team, and how the team and the fans can get past this as a unit. Stay tuned, folks. You are listening to Sports Rap Heat 100 Radio. I'll be back in a few.